It's Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, and it's now time for the luncheon edition of news here at the GBN. Veteran journalist Linda Streaker has died, and a Canadian renewable energy company is moving to partner with Grenada on major new recycling initiative. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago's police commissioner issues a harsh warning to criminals and their accomplices. On international front, explosion at China fireworks factory kills 26 people. And in sport, 50 aspiring footballers introduced to the prestigious TDS program. We have details of these and other stories when we return. The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Brighton and Miners.
Fire up the coals, bring the flavor. It's time to crown the King of the Grill. Maggie King of the Grill 2026 is calling you. Think you got the creativity, the skills, and the fire to rule the grill? This is the ultimate showdown for chefs, backyard masters, and the food lovers alike. Step up, show your talent, and claim your spot among the best. With over $5,000 in cash and prizes to be won, the stakes has never been hotter. Happening Saturday, May the 30th. Register now. Call or WhatsApp 407-8458. But hurry, registration close April the 30th.
With the details, I am Christlina John. Well, we begin this newscast with on a sad note, as the media fraternity in Grenada is now mourning following the passing of veteran journalist Linda Streaker, a respected figure whose career spanned decades of dedicated service to the profession. Linda died this morning at the General Hospital at the age of 55. Streaker was widely regarded as more than just a journalist. Throughout her years in media, she built a reputation for integrity, accuracy, and an unwavering commitment to truth. Her work helped shape public discourse in Grenada as she consistently delivered news with clarity and professionalism. Over the course of her career, Streaker contributed significantly to journalism in Grenada, covering major national developments and lending her voice to issues affecting everyday citizens. Her reporting reflected a deep understanding of the responsibility that comes with informing the public, and she remains steadfast in upholding the principles of ethical journalism. Beyond the newsroom, Linda was known as a mentor to many young journalists entering the field. She offered guidance, support, and encouragement, helping to nurture the next generation of media professionals. Colleagues remember her as approachable, insightful, and generous with her knowledge. To those who knew her personally, she was also a devoted mother, a trusted friend, and a source of strength and inspiration. Her presence extended far beyond her professional achievements, touching the lives of many within and outside the media community. As tributes continue to pour in, the legacy of Linda Streaker stands as a testament to a life dedicated to excellence in journalism and service to country. Her voice may be silenced, but her impact on the media landscape in Grenada, regionally, and within a number of international organizations will endure for years to come. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Grenada has leveraged a major international event to spotlight its international or national development goals and deepen its relationship with China, according to Tourism, Culture and Creative Economy Minister Adrian Thomas. Speaking on the country's participation at the third high-level conference of the Forum of Global Action for Shared Development, Mr. Thomas revealed that Grenada stood out as the only Caribbean nation invited to present. During his address, he outlined Grenada's key priorities for sustainable development, while also acknowledging China's continued support for various development initiatives across the island.
I call for the sustainable development of most of the Caribbean states. Grenada in particular, on the whole question of renewable energy and what we're looking for. I spoke about the Project Polaris and our intention to develop the health sector in Grenada, the issue of education. China was, as you know, they have helped us on many other projects. But it was a 3 minutes, 5 minutes speech because there was a lot of presenters, we spoke about our own support for China in the One China principle and the Belt and Road Initiative that is taking place in the Caribbean.
Thomas noted that Grenada's presence at the conference significantly enhanced the country's visibility on the global stage, positioning it as an active participant in international development dialogue. Mr. Thomas also spoke to dialogue held pertaining to travel to Grenada.
The opportunity to meet with a business organization who is really and truly involved in the travel agency, and they were exploring the possibility of flying to Grenada. But they did their own studies, and they came to the conclusion that to travel directly from China it may take about 30 hours in the air. And with the capacity that they have in terms of bringing people to Grenada, it may not be practical. But they are advising that maybe we can do a stop off in Mexico and then fly directly to Grenada, which will be a shorter distance. So, but Grenada, I can tell you, people love Grenada. People want to come to Grenada. So even in Beijing, in China, the Grenada is doing some promotion there, and people are, based on what they see in regards as a destination, Grenada can be considered.
He outlined some of the recommendations that were put forward, positioning Grenada as one of the destinations to explore, both for business and leisure.
We were also advised, though, that we must promote Grenada not only just to come and relax, but we can look at some of the peak seasons, especially the Carnival, the Christmas season, Easter, so we can organize chartered flights occasionally, rather than looking for daily flights or weekly flights. Daily will be really and truly impractical, but rather than looking for once a month or once a week, we can look for peak seasons and mobilize on that basis. But the travel agency did advise us that Grenada is one of the prime destinations that they are looking at, and we can really and truly do some promotion in China to encourage people to come. Another area that they are looking at again is the businessmen, the business community, trade, because those are the areas that once develop their businesses, Chinese businesses in Grenada. If we have businessmen who want to come in and invest in the tourism industry, and if we have trade going, it means that this will be the beginning, and I think passengers will follow after in terms of coming for vacation.
The tourism minister said Chinese experts have expressed their willingness to assist Grenada with human resources for ongoing and future projects. And finally, on the local front, a Canadian renewable energy company is moving to partner with Grenada on a major new recycling initiative. HUD Energy, headquartered in Brampton, Ontario, has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority to develop what is being described as a landmark island-wide recycling system. The project is expected to be among the first fully self-sustaining renewable-powered recycling system of its kind in the Caribbean. The delegation from HUD Energy is scheduled to visit Grenada from May 7th to the 11th, where they will meet with government stakeholders and carry out site assessments to support project planning and implementation. During the visit, the team will engage with key government officials and agency partners, conduct technical assessments for proposed sites, and advance plans for an integrated tire and electronic waste recycling system, powered entirely by renewable energy. Options being explored include solar power and bio-waste-to-energy solutions. The project's initial phase will focus on end-of-life tire recycling, producing materials such as chrome rubber, recovered fiber, and recovered steel. A second phase will expand into value-added manufacturing, including playground surfaces, sporting materials, and construction projects derived from recycled rubber. The company also plans to supply chrome rubber for road and paving projects across the Caribbean, aimed at improving infrastructure durability while reducing landfill waste. The initiative is also expected to bring economic benefits with opportunities for local employment in construction, operations, logistics, maintenance, administration, and environmental compliance. Employment targets are expected to be finalized following the upcoming site assessment, with an emphasis on hiring and training Grenadians. The project forms part of a broader collaboration with the government of Grenada, with both sides aiming to establish a circular economy model and that could be replicated across the region. With this, we end the first segment of the news, which came to your compliments, Brighton and Miners. Do stay with us. The regional highlights are up next.
Fire up the coals, bring the flavor. It's time to crown the King of the Grill. Maggie King of the Grill 2026 is calling you. Think you got the creativity, the skills, and the fire to rule the grill? This is the ultimate showdown for chefs, backyard masters, and the food lovers alike. Step up, show your talent, and claim your spot among the best. With over $5,000 in cash and prizes to be won, the stakes has never been hotter.
Welcome back. Well, now for a probe at what's making news across the region. Trinidad and Tobago's police commissioner issues a harsh warning to criminals and their accomplices. We'll hear more on this story and more in today's regional news roundup from the OCM News Network. This segment of the news, the second segment, comes to you compliments of Fortune Foods Limited.
Got something to share?
Call us at 440-1252.
WhatsApp 405-3052 or 407-8458.
Or email gbnnews@gbn.gd.
GBN News, first, accurate, voted #1.
In Trinidad and Tobago, that country's police commissioner is again warning criminals and those who hide and facilitate them. 2 days after police shot and killed 4 suspects in a home invasion, Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara tells bandits to recognize the approaches being used by his officers.
As part of its comprehensive investigative approach, I want to take this time to remind those who are intent on propagating crime. Tall boots are for gardening. We saw over the weekend that this group tried planting fear. But we will not allow crime to grow here in our sweet country. And once you step into criminality, you will reap the harvest that you sow. Given the ongoing and sensitive nature of the inquiries, the TTPS will provide further updates when it is operationally appropriate to do so.
The police commissioner said the search for 2 other suspects in the matter last weekend continues. The main opposition Free National Movement says if it forms the government after the May 12th general election, it will ensure that there is a fixed date for general elections in the Bahamas. FNM leader Michael Pintard was critical of the Philip Davis administration and officials at the Parliamentary Registration Department over what he termed the poor organization of the advanced poll last Thursday. Mr. Pintard yesterday said he is offering a firm commitment that under his leadership there will be a different direction. He said there should be an independent registrar to oversee the elections across the country and to ensure efficiency, fairness and transparency. In a statement, the Parliamentary Registration Department acknowledged there had been problems during the advanced poll. The PRD said it recognizes that while there was an operational plan, things didn't go as planned. Commissioner Harrison Thompson is now assuring the public that it has already begun taking action to improve the voting process on May 12th.
When we started out, it was only for the armed forces, along with the general election workers. But now it has expanded so much that we might have to make recommendations to how we could facilitate the advance poll in a more efficient manner. But we have already discussed how we would address these issues going forward. And we plan to make some recommendations to the government of the day to address these issues so that we don't have that challenge in the past. There's no way you could have the registers certified the same day that we have the last day for submission for the advance poll.
He is also vowing to better manage the long lines come election day.
We have already started preparations for the general election. After reviewing what happened on advance poll day, there were some challenges that we faced. As we all know, first of all, the numbers exceeded what normally happens in the past, but we were prepared for it, and we had all the preparations in place. One or two things did not measure as we wanted it to, but we learned from our lesson, and we intend to correct those for the general elections.
The department said the turnout was unprecedented and that this is the first time in Bahamian history that this number of persons has participated in the advanced poll. 184 people have been murdered in Jamaica up to Saturday, May 2nd. According to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, this is 54 fewer than the 238 recorded in the corresponding period last year. This represents a 22.7% reduction. St. James had the highest murders with 24, followed by St. Andrew's South with 17. Meanwhile, St. Andrew North had the lowest with 1, followed by Portland with 2. Cases of rape, robberies and break-ins also declined. Rape cases went down by 17, robberies by 49 and break-ins by 47.
Have you heard about the new
Thanks for staying with us, and now for a look further afield. Russia and Ukraine have each announced a temporary ceasefire, but the dates are non-aligned, creating a situation of competing short-term truces. Here's more in this report.
Russia has announced a 3-day ceasefire from May 8 through May 10 to coincide with countrywide commemorations of the victory over Nazi Germany during the World War II. At the same time, the Kremlin warned that any attempts to disrupt the celebrations would result in a retaliation, a massive missile strike specifically targeting downtown Kyiv, the country's defense ministry said. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine would observe a separate ceasefire beginning at midnight on Tuesday, May 5th. He added that Kyiv had not received an official notice from Moscow and that there was no coordination made on how the truce was expected to work. Ukraine objected the idea of a short-term, holiday-specific ceasefire, calling for a longer-term peace solution instead.
9 people have died in an explosion at a coal mine in Colombia in the latest fatal accident to hit the country's mining sector. Emergency workers said they have rescued 6 miners from the shaft north of the capital, Bogota. Colombia's National Mining Agency said a buildup of gases was thought to have caused the explosion on Monday. It also published a list of recommendations it said it had made to the mine's operators after an inspection less than a month ago, in which it had warned of a potentially dangerous gas buildup. Many mines in Colombia are operated informally and without proper safety standards. The captain of the regional fire department said emergency workers were still working to retrieve the miners' bodies. Those who survived are being treated in hospital. And finally, on the international front, an explosion at a fireworks factory in China's Hunan province has killed 26 people and left 61 wounded, according to state media. Rescue operations have wrapped up at the Husheng fireworks plant in the southern city of Luoyang after an explosion on Monday afternoon forced authorities to evacuate everyone within a 3-kilometer radius of the plant. Authorities deployed more than 1,500 emergency responders along with dogs, drones and robots. They rescued 7 people who were trapped under debris. Police who are investigating the cause of the blast have taken control measures against the staff in charge of the fireworks company, Chinese state media had reported. Stay tuned for your sporting highlights. And now for your sporting highlights. Well, over 50 of the nation's most promising young footballers have been introduced to the prestigious Talent Development Scheme, a TDS program. The introduction ceremony held at the Grenada Football Association's Secretariat marked a pivotal moment for the Spice Boys pipeline. This initiative, supported by FIFA, is designed to identify high-potential players at the grassroots level and provide them with the elite coaching, nutritional guidance and tactical training necessary to compete on the international stage. The TDS program is a cornerstone of the GFA's long-term technical strategy. By centralizing the island's best young talent, the association aims to eliminate the development gap that often occurs between youth football and senior national team. Unlike traditional training camps, the TDS program offers a comprehensive curriculum, elite coaching, performance mentoring, life skills, and education plus international exposure. The program takes place weekly with training for the under 13 and 14s on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and the under 15s and under 16s are engaged on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And that's your sporting highlights. Do stay with us for a recap of the headlines when we return. And now for a recap of the headlines. Well, veteran journalist Linda Streaker has died, and a Canadian renewable energy company is moving to partner with Grenada on a major new recycling initiative. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago's police commissioner issues a harsh warning to criminals and their accomplices. On the international front, explosion at China fireworks factory kills 26 people. And in sport, 50 aspiring footballers introduced to the prestigious TDS program. This has brought us to the end of the luncheon edition of news for today, Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. On behalf of the entire news team, I have been your presenter, Christlina John, thanking you for having joined us.